we're going to talk about a fun event that's happening on Friday, but there's a reason for it, and it's serious. The statistics are still startling. Heart disease is still the leading cause of death for women in the United States, and this Friday, we're doing something about it. CBS 8 has partnered with the American Heart Association for the Go Red For Women Luncheon. It's this Friday at the U.S. Grand Hotel. Today we have Yumiko Williams from the American Heart Association, along with Dr. Nishimura, a cardiologist with Sharp Healthcare. Ladies, first of all, thank you so much for joining us right here on the floor. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having us.
We're looking forward to the luncheon because finally we are back in person for this event, and it's an important one. Let's talk about your involvement with the American Heart Association. Why is this a role you wanted to step into?
Well, you know, the Heart Association has been a part of my life for probably 15 years now, just from family history of heart disease and stroke. I think it's very important from a woman of color also, because we do have, you know, a higher disproportionate share of women of color and communities underserved that are impacted by heart disease. So just trying to get the education and also impacting lives by ensuring that we have raised the funds. The Heart Association is doing amazing work raising funds to really save lives in our community and in San Diego community. So it's very important from that aspect.
I'm going to be, I was chosen to be the MC for the event for the luncheon this Friday, which I'm honored to do that. But one of the things that I have learned, Dr. Nishimura, is that women's heart attack symptoms are very different from what a man can experience. Can you talk about that for a moment? What should women be looking out for?
Yeah, exactly. So there are several important differences when it comes to heart disease between men and women, and one of which is symptoms. So I have taken care of numerous women who are presented with heart attack in the emergency room, and a lot of times they don't have chest pain. Some of the more atypical, unusual symptoms that they might have include shortness of breath, shoulder pain, neck pain, jaw pain, or just profound fatigue or stomach pain. And again, they might not even have chest pain. So if you have risk factors like high blood pressure, cholesterol, or a family history of heart attack, and you're developing these new symptoms, you definitely have to talk to your doctor about it.
Well, the one thing that women do, and I'm just as guilty as probably the rest of us about this, is that I tend to put my own health on the back burner. And the last place that I really want to go right now is to an emergency room. But that doctor can really get people into trouble fast.
Definitely.
Yeah. Knowing the signs and symptoms and knowing your numbers. Yumiko, you also talked about, we were chatting in the green room right before this interview, that you have actually had close family members and friends go through the scare of this happening.
Yes, actually I've had, my sister-in-law recently had a mini stroke. She's only 44 years old. I think that's what's very important, that younger women and women of color don't realize the threat that they have related to heart disease and the impact it can have. And so the healthy lifestyle, eating well, exercising, I mean, simple things we can do to prevent these things from happening. And I think it's very important with us getting that message out from a health equity perspective in our communities.
I'm glad your sister-in-law is on the mend, but Dr. Nishimura, for women of all ages, what should be numbers that we are mindful of when we go to the doctor for maybe our annual checkup? What tests should we be asking for, no matter how old you are, from your 20s to your 80s?
Yeah, so the one big issue is that women are unaware of the fact that heart disease is a major killer of women, is the #1 killer of women, and also doctors alike are unaware of the fact that heart disease is an important thing in women. So the numbers and the risk factors that you should be targeting are blood pressure, definitely less than 140 over 90, sometimes less than 130 over 80, the top number being systolic, lower number being diastolic. The cholesterol numbers, there's a good and a bad cholesterol number. When you're going through the numbers, make sure to ask your doctor about what your numbers are. And also obesity and BMI too can give you an idea of where you are in terms of weight.
I know on the luncheon this Friday, folks are going to have an opportunity to ask you some questions. You'll be there to answer some of their concerns. What else can people expect if they're going to come join us at the luncheon on Friday?
Well, we'll be in person. That's so exciting. Yes, finally. Also, we'll have some survivors telling their story of how, you know, really the Heart Association's work has impacted their lives. In addition, we'll be providing education just on, you know, all of the great work the Heart Association is doing in the San Diego community, and in ways that others can get involved to help really drive the work and to save more lives here in San Diego.
Well, we would love to have women and men join us at the luncheon. Again, it's this Friday. I'll share some information with our viewers. If you would like to join us, please do. The Go Red For Women Luncheon is this Friday, April 29th. It's at the U.S. Grand Hotel downtown. For more information, go to sdgoredheart.org. Ladies, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to celebrating life with you on Friday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.